Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Brandon, back again with another episode. Today we're going to be talking about the Game Boy collection, the collection that I was really hoping to acquire over the summer. Did I do it? Did I get all the systems? Did I get all the games I really wanted? Let's go ahead and talk about what I got for the summer 2019 Game Boy collecting goal. So in June of this year, I really decided, you know what? I love the Game Boy. The Game Boy is something that I really missed out on. The Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance are two systems that I really like, and I can't believe I'd never really went back and really took a deep dive into see what kind of games that were out there aside from the Pokemons or the very popular games as well. So this summer, it was my goal to kind of, whenever I go to a retro game store, try and pick up a Game Boy game and buy it and see how it is and make a collection out of it. And that's what I did this past summer. I didn't do everything that I wanted to. I didn't get all the games I wanted to, but I definitely got a lot of games that are really cool and interesting. And I got some cool systems as well. So, the first system that kicked off this whole thing was I got a red Play It Loud DMG Game Boy. I fell in love with this thing. I never had a DMG when I was a kid. I had the Game Boy Color, and this is the coolest thing ever. I really want to mod one of these, but I'm very afraid of ruining it. I've watched the modding videos over and over again, but man, it's nerve-wracking, and I don't know if I could fully do it. Do I still play this thing, even though I got some of the other consoles? Yeah, I really like how it feels in the hand, and there's just something about it. But I do want to get that backlit mod. I think that would be something really cool to do, but I want to get a normal DMG because I don't want to mess with one of these, and I want to fully just customize it and make it orange and all that really cool stuff. So, red Play It Loud DMG Game Boy. This was the start of the whole collection this summer. So, keep that in mind. Up next, I got this right after I got the DMG, maybe about a week or so later. And that is the Ice Blue Game Boy Pocket. I love this thing. This thing is awesome. Huge improvement over the DMG. It's super small. It's a black and white screen instead of the multiple shades of green screen. But I love the color. I love how it feels in your hand. I was playing a bunch of Donkey Kong and some other games with this throughout the summer. This is such a cool device. Again, I really want to kind of do a backlit mod or something because I think these things are so cool, and they really just, it kind of takes you back, and I want to talk about what I mean by that in a little bit later. But I love the Game Boy Pocket. I want to get some other cool colors. There's a really cool pink one, like a bubblegum pink. I want to get that one. That one's awesome. So after the Game Boy Pocket, this was a long time coming, and I'm so happy to say I have this back in my collection. Now, it isn't my original one, but my friend Matt and I, we went down to a retro game store that I've been to before, and we were looking around, really cool people there. They had an awesome dog, great place, and I didn't see this Game Boy Color I was looking for. So the Game Boy Color, I was like, hey, do you guys have any of the lime green or kiwi Game Boys? And the guy there, I believe his name was Paul, he's like, wait a minute. Goes in the back, grabs a stack of Game Boys that are kind of damaged or just need repair. He found this. He found this Game Boy, this exact one, the Kiwi one, and there was some marker imprints on it. There was like stuff on the back battery door, and it looked rough. And what he did is he replaced the buttons, made it nicer, got rid of all the markings and the battery door, and he fixed this. He sold this to me, and it's awesome to say I have a kiwi green Game Boy again. After I got this thing, I also got a game with it, but again, we'll talk about that later. I played this thing for like the next week after I got this console. It took me back. It's the perfect form. It's basically a mix between the Game Boy Pocket and the original Game Boy. And it feels so good. And it's in color. Like, obviously, Game Boy Color. Love this thing. To absolute death. So happy to have a kiwi green Game Boy Color. there are mods for this as well that are coming out where you can get a full LCD screen for these bad boys, and I want to do it. Hopefully, once those things become more common, I'd like to be able to purchase one of the mods and try and do it myself. And I would really like to have a bunch of different modded Game Boy colors, because this thing is just awesome. I missed the Game Boy, and I didn't realize how much I really missed it. So this was a big accomplishment for me in the summer. Finally got this at a really good price too. And thanks again to those people down there at that retro game store. They were so cool. So after I got those, I knew that I needed the Game Boy Advance games, or the Game Boy Advance systems. I have, from this day on, from my original purchase, I have my Game Boy SP, the silver. Love this thing. Played so many hours of Pokemon and all those great games on this. And there's much wear to it. The battery barely keeps a charge. That actually lasted a lot longer than it did before. It turned off like right away. But yeah, this is my original. I love it so much. I didn't want to buy another one because I do have my original SP. Again, thing's awesome. Went through the war and back with this. So I have my GBA SP. I wanted to get a normal GBA. And if I could, I'm going to get a micro. And yeah, it happened. I got them both. But I didn't stop there. The GBA is awesome. One of my favorite consoles ever. Never played a lot of those really good games outside of like the Pokemon and a couple of the other games I grew up with, but I loved it so much. It was a portable SNES, and it's the coolest thing ever. So what I did, this is something I've been wanting for many years. I plunged on it, and that is, I got a modded Game Boy Advance. I think the form factor of this device is amazing. Orange is my favorite color. It's also translucent, so it's like a fantastic color. Coolest thing ever. I played Donkey Kong Country 2 for the first time on this thing this past summer, and it was a trip. I know a lot of people are probably like, why not on the SNES? Did you not play Donkey Kong Country 2? I love Donkey Kong Country on both the SNES and the Game Boy, but the fact that I had it portable, I went with the GBA, and man, I love that game. It's so good. But this was such a treat to have because it's super bright. It's an AGS 101 screen, so when you turn it on, it's just, oh, I don't have batteries in it. So, but when you turn it on, it is amazing. All right, let's try that again. I got batteries in this thing. I'm a little out of it. Sorry, my camera's dying. I want to show this. This is really cool. Beautiful, fully colored, just amazing. That is not showing up because it's so bright. But yeah, it's this thing, seriously, it's so nice. I love it. I love it so much. I was playing Donkey Kong Country. I'm like, wow, it's a GBA SP AGS 101 screen made by some awesome modder. I believe in like Korea or something. He sent it. Took a while to get, and it was that one thing that I did mention in the last video. There was something very special that I wanted, and this was that. It came probably maybe about a couple days after I filmed that video, and I'm so happy to have one of these things because it is a dream of mine. I've been wanting one for the past 4 to 5 years, and I just never pulled the plug. And you know what? I did it, and I love it so much. So there's that. But like I said, I didn't want to stop there. It was a very expensive summer, but I made it work. I bought lesser games than I wanted to. Took a break, sold some things because I wanted to do this video and do this collection goal and actually pull through with it. And what did I do? I got a Game Boy Micro. I got a really good deal on this. So it came with the camo faceplate, but I saw that there was third-party faceplates, and I didn't stop there. I got this really awesome Boo faceplate, and it is just the coolest thing ever. Look how cool that is. It's awesome. and I wanted something different, and I thought it was really cool. I played a lot of Donkey Kong Country 2 on this as well. I was going back and forth between the AGS GBA and this thing, and wow, like the buttons feel very spongy, and I like that a lot. While when I purchased that, the big complaint a lot of people were saying were when you buy these modded consoles, the buttons are too hard. I don't care about that, but I did really like the mushiness. So fighting King K. Rool and getting to the final boss, I'm just like, come on, we gotta beat this guy. And when I did, so good. Like I said, there's just something about the Game Boy that is so charming, and it's not like modern day consoles. We don't need updates anymore. You put in a cartridge, it works as it should, and you get to enjoy a full-length game. So this is the last Game Boy I did acquire this summer. But this thing is awesome. I do have a bunch of games here too. So this was the Game Boy Micro. Awesome version. I got the black version. I really wanted the red one. And try and get like maybe like a Mother version or something. Because I know Mother 3 got a really cool version in Japan with this all bundled. Especially with Mother 3 and stuff. But in the States I think it was a red Mario or a Famicom edition. So that's really awesome. But the Game Boy Micro. We did it, guys. We did, ladies and gentlemen, we did the Game Boy collection. We have all the Game Boys. Aside from the Game Boy Pocket Light, or the Game Boy Light, which was a Japan exclusive. But man, so happy to have all of these Game Boys. It's really cool. I go back and forth and play them all every now and then. But now let's talk about the games. So with all the games I did acquire over the summer, I got a lot of new Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance games. Here are just some of them that I did acquire over the summer. These are all the newer items, like Donkey Kong. I got Dinosaur, Marble Madness, Wario Land 3, The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening DX, WarioWare Twisted, DuckTales, DuckTales 2, Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Pokemon Pinball, Rampage World Tour, and Godzilla. That is a very, very weird game and something completely different that I didn't even know was made. It's quite interesting for sure. And then on top, these are the Game Boy Advance games that I did get as well. Now I've reacquired some of these, such as Power Rangers Time Force. That was one of my favorite Game Boy Advance games as a kid. And getting some games like WarioWare Inc. all over again, and just like WarioWare Twisted. It was really cool to get some of the games I never had, like the last of the Jurassic Park 3 games made by Konami. Finally got Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire Pinball. It was really cool to get Sonic Advanced, because I remember playing, I believe, the second one when I was younger, and I never got to play the third, and it's awesome. And the big game of the summer for me was Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest. I never got to play this one, so I went ahead and played it on the, of course, Game Boy Advance, and I played it on my AGS 101 and my Game Boy Micro, and oh my goodness, it was an experience for sure. So happy to have all these games, and even a Crazy Taxi on the Game Boy. Wow, what, like, that's insane. And it's like Mode 7 stuff, and it's crazy looking. Couldn't believe it runs on like a Game Boy. But yes, this is the collection I did acquire over the summer, along with and that's it. That is all of the Game Boys that I needed. Right here, I got to get the Kiwi Green one, I got to Play It Loud Red, I got an Ice Blue Game Boy Pocket, and then I got a modded Game Boy Advance and a Game Boy Micro. I can't believe that I actually got to do this, and it was a lot of fun doing this and playing a lot of these games. So I'm very excited to see what the next console is to collect for. So that was the latest episode. I'm glad to be back making more content on YouTube. I took a couple months off because I wanted to focus on collecting that stuff. I was collecting other systems, and I just wanted to enjoy the summer. And I'm glad to be back making more content. I have a lot of ideas planned, and hopefully I can go ahead and make some cool content. And once I do, I will gladly, of course, post it here on YouTube. If you enjoyed this video today, please hit that like button. If you're trying to find me, I'm on various social media as the Wednesdaynator. And if you have any other questions or concerns, maybe some recommendations, please leave a comment in the comment section down below. My name is Brandon. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you all next time.